twat. It's not even a word. I mean, it could be. I mean, is it a word? It could be. It's one of those things where it could be a word if it was used more frequently in different places across the world, but right now it's just not used enough. Like, if America started using it, yeah, maybe, but I think right now the only people who use it would be Britain, and I just don't think that's enough people to have it be a word, and if it is a word, it's not very much of an offensive word, especially in America. I know that, like, some countries who shall not be named call us American dogs. I just think that that's, like, a terrible insult. I don't really, like, are you trying to say that, like, dogs are loyal? So are you trying to say that we're loyal, which is good? I don't know. I honestly can't tell ya. But it's a weird topic. Oh dang, it's that person and that person who's actually never met before, now that I think of it. YouTube people say hello. But, shit. So you are this salty boy I've been hearing about. What is Salty gonna come back with? Just to hear these scathing conversation matters. And this is a... damn. Oh damn. Holy fuck. Cool stream, I left. You a like, bro. I'm a YouTuber too. I do VR gaming and I if one of you guys are moderated, delete that comment. It's just self-promotion. Just get it out of here. Yeah, exactly. Get him the fuck off my stream if any of you guys are a moderator. Because yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not. I'm 90% sure it is just a bot. Which is another thing that's dumb. So you guys are wondering why this video is happening, by the way. It's too late at night to do a live with Salty. My internet's not good enough. His net neutrality hit hard. But I would like... okay, not that. Just this one was probably good. Or this one. Yeah. Dang, Salty, you ain't even gonna address JC Pony's existence? All Salty said was damn, which I think he misspelled it. Oof. Man, once again, scathing. I said damn. Darn. That's what I'm gonna say. Right. Give me the money. All of the money. And that gun had no ammunition in it, which means that I'm not robbing this place. That's what happens. Oh, motherfucker. Fuck you, Ron. You're ruining everything. Can I shoot it open? And then... nope, he was supposed to open it and then I shoot him. Alright, well now we're leaving. And we are out of here. And I'm going away now. Move. Stupid Whammon's in the way. Whammon ain't supposed to be walking in the street. But I like doing these type of streams. Just streaming and talking out loud is fun. It's one of those things that you can really only do when you're good at commentating. Because otherwise, like, when you're not good at commentating, from my experience, it's really awkward to do it. It's just something that you force yourself to do because you know you're going to be better at it. But once it's comfortable to you, it's so great because it's used in so many different scenarios. Scenarios, however the fuck you want to pronounce it. Like this, where I can just sit here and express my thoughts without it being any type of awkward, because I don't have to put too much thought into what I say. Especially, it's a little bit better because I'm alone, other than my live stream audience. Because like when I'm doing a live with Salty, I gotta take into account like, okay, Salty is this. Let's not say this. Like there are some people, like what other example I want to give? Yeah, example I want to get is let's do this. Let's say you're live streaming with a guy who loves Final Fantasy. I know, really random. And then you're like, oh yeah, I don't like the Final Fantasy games, and he flips out on you. When you're live streaming with him, you know not to say anything bad about the Final Fantasy games. It's a poor example, but you can, if you're smart enough and can apply with your own creativity and imagination, you can definitely see where you could, you know, switch out your own interpretation. I use really big words at nighttime. Jesus. You don't get good ask JC Pony, she goes to my school, you don't get conversation matters like this at school. You get, I'm cold and my name's Jeff. That's all you get. You don't get anything else. And I'm hoping that my microphone is okay. Yeah, that's probably fine. It's most likely fine. Most likely. Can't see shit. I think I just ran into something. I ain't got no glasses on. I'm just sitting like 9 feet away from this thing. As I fly up this building to go jump off of it. Which is really morbid now that I say it out loud. There we go. Maybe you should go get the glasses. Can I go do that real quickly? I kinda would like to go get the glasses. If I can find them very quickly. Cause I just fucking ran the fucking bank. Oh. But the thing that I was getting back to earlier, where it's like, okay, I'm around this person, let me say these such things. When you're in a group matter, such as me and JC Pony would be at lunch, it's like, okay, if I say anything, all I hear is I'm cold and no matter what. Like, okay, so let's say I don't know Kavia, so I don't know what to say around Kavia. Bobby is always weird to me, and I just like, I'm sure she is good. I'm sure she's a good person. It's just our two personality types just are not the two to go together at all. Amon is weird and thinks that I'm a racist, and he's never looked past that, no matter how many times I explain that I'm not. And I can't really say anything serious around him because I'm called a fool, and whether you want to say that's to my own actions, because all I say is that I'm cold or anything like that, that's fine, but whatever. And then I don't know what to say around Ryan, because as I said, I don't know Ryan. And Rogan I've known for a year, but again, never had a serious conversation with the guy. So, again, I'm not saying that Robbie's a bad person or anything, it's just different. And then, that's pretty much all in the front group. And then there's you, which, I don't know, changed massively over the summer. So simple before, in 9th grade. Or that's just my opinion. And then, I don't know. I think you both changed over the summer. Where it's like, okay, now it's just so different. But then again, it's like, okay, if we were sustaining contact the entire time over the summer, would probably honestly be one thing. But considering that we went like a whole month, like if something is changing around you, you most likely won't notice unless it's a really drastic change. Like if something just slightly changes, you won't notice it. But if it's a big change, when really it's just a change that happened over little amounts of time, like, you would notice it. And considering that in the summertime, we didn't talk for a month and a half or something, because you were away at camps and all that, it's that even if there were little changes to both of our personalities, none of us were able to really catch on to them that way. So when we met each other back at school, we were just two completely different people. There is no such thing as a serious conversation. Yeah, I'm disagreeing with that one. There's no such thing as a serious conversation? Do you mean that, like, in general, or with me, or... Because there is such thing as a serious conversation. Like, if we're talking about something serious that happened in history, like the Holocaust or something, yeah, that's a serious conversation. Extreme example, I know, but... there can always be serious conversation matters out there, which is really the conversations that I like to have, which I'm unfortunately not allowed to have unless I make them online, because no one knows me online. This is that's a yacht I'm going to. I did not mean to do that. Shit. Is that a boat? What the fuck is that? A person? Oh, it's a police boat. At school and at lunch. Both same place. But, I mean, yeah, which is, like, as I just said, I really like the series conversations. To be able to just, you know, and I think it's the description of a perfect world, but to have a person who can switch from serious to comedy is really good. And I've had a few people, mostly like in not military, holy shit, middle and elementary school, that were able to do that. I've just never really met anyone since, except for Salty Boy. Salty Boy does it phenomenally. Shout out to Salty if he's still around. But yeah, it's just one of those things. Like, I remember multiple times where I've where I've tried to had wait, don't bring the Holocaust into this. Because I remember there's like multiple times where I tried to have a serious conversation about to Aman, because you know, he's a big Marvel fan, so I'll do something like go Hail Hydra, you know, because it's a fucking meme, and then he calls me a racist for it, and that's a conversation of comedy switching to serious when you don't want it to. Yeah, and Aman, I don't know, feel etchy about him in general. No, just for a few particular reasons. I couldn't really state why. And Moa, if you remember from Miss Johnson's class, the only reason why he disdains me is because last year he was friends with Julian. And Julian, I slowly stole from him, not on purpose or anything. Elementary school sucked. It did. No one respected you, but yet you were supposed to act grown up, which is the problem with all school systems, though. It's just extreme in elementary school. But, in Moa, I kind of stole Julian from him on accident. Like, there was this one time where we had to do a project in Mr. Didley's class, and Julian chose me over Moa, and I know since that day, every day Moa has given me, like, a death stare. Which, for a guy who's supposed to be 18, I think is a really childish thing to do, just for some, like, you know, for an issue such as that. And I actually know something cool about Moa is that he is actually from Africa. Like, he was actually born or raised in Africa. Which is cool. That's why his name being Moa. What am I flying to? Just 4 red fucking dots. Even with the glasses, I can't see shit. And then, maybe I should shift conversation topics. That's one thing I do hate, shifting conversation topics. Because on one hand, a conversation could have gone too deep, or too serious, or too personal, and you would switch conversation topics. I think is one of the hardest things to do. Because, like, okay, let's shift conversation topics even though we're in this really deep, serious pit. Yeah, it's humiliation. Fuck. Immature? I can read that. I'm immature. Shit. Alright, there we go. But then again, I speak, which, you know, a lot of things I do is immature, which that's because in personal experience of my years of living, I noticed that, like, one of the best ways to get close to someone is by comedy. But the problem with that being is, okay, now you're close to them, but now they can't take you seriously because you just introduced yourself as a comedian. But I don't want to sit there for a month of being serious to get close to someone. What does it say? That's it. BRB, be right back. My phone is dying. I'm switching devices. Okay. I learned how to crack my knuckles over the summer, and I've just been doing it every day. I think it's one of those... Is there a radio? Okay, no. Okay, well, it was. I think it's one of those things that, like, once you learn how to do, you do it constantly. Hang on, I'm gonna go put this in and see that radio. There wasn't really much on. But, what was I saying? Yeah, one of those things that once you learn how to do it, it's one of the things that you do constantly, cracking knuckles. I know that a lot of people also, like, crack their necks. That's one that's weird to me. Like, okay, you want to crack your knuckles, that's fine, it's normal. But when I hear your neck snap, I think that's just too much. Something about neck snapping, I don't know. Just not very comfortable around it. And then, right, shifting. That's one thing I could do better. Shifting conversation topics. Oh, I know what to shift to. What did Miss Johnston do? He's for the people actually wanting me feel even worse, so whatever. Should have asked for ginger ale. But it was funny. Look at this. Look at these graphics. Look, oh wow. I remember one movie called The Good Dinosaur. Has, like, phenomenal graphics. Like, that animation on The Good Dinosaur looks probably the closest thing I've ever seen to realism that I've seen in a movie. Like, you could take multiple... Oh crap, what the fuck? You could take, multiple just scenes from that movie and ask people, hey, was this played in reality or is this an animation? They could not give you an answer. And I think that's something that's really cool. Am I about to drive off like a cliff or something? That's what's really cool about sort of anything. If your movie or animation or anything looks so good that people can't tell, she gave us hot cooked chocolate. Oh, I remember doing that last year. That's kind of cool. But, I have hot chocolate too. Not really. But, I remember... What was I gonna say now? It's one thing that sucks. I remember talking about this in biology, is that, okay, our brains can only focus on one thing at a time, so if I address something, boop, there goes that memory I was talking about, and then we lose our train of thoughts. And that is not how a waterfall works. You cannot climb up a waterfall. Don't try this at home. If you live near a waterfall. Which I don't even think... I mean, there probably are a few in Virginia, but I think it's a sort of flat... We got mountains. Kappa Mountains. Isn't the official name, but it's a good enough name. Oh, look at that. That just looks awesome. Is Salty even here? I'm gonna yell at him on Skype. Where is it? Where's my cellular? Where did I put it? There it is. Let me yell at him on Twitter. Not Twitter. I like to call him out on Twitter, but I don't. Skip. Yell. Let's see what his reaction on that is. Just the words yell. Do it. I want a submarine. I don't think I'm high enough of a rank though to make submarines spawn in for me. Well, now that I'm at Billy Town, oh, there's a person over here. I would like to go this way. This is a fucking island, I think. I think it's just a rock. Nope, this is an island. Not an island. This is a land that I just flew onto. Or what's it called? Skied onto? What's a boated? What the hell would the word be? Sail? No, it's not a sailboat. Drove? I mean, would it really be drove? I guess it would be drove. That's the only thing I could think of. Unless anybody out there is a boat expert and wants to let me know. I say skied because it's a jet ski. When do I get to meet Salty? Tomorrow. We'll do it then. Which I've been saying to you this whole time. Oh, no, God, my God. Time to whip out my gun. Yeah, what? What did you... Fucking Paul Blart? Alright. You will be fine. Just walk it off. Jesus. Alright. You will probably get to meet Salty tomorrow. Salty is one of those people that is always free. For some reason. I'm also one of those people. I mean, I don't think Salty has much to do. Maybe he does. I don't think he does, though. He's kind of busy managing a whole YouTube clan. Really badly. But, didn't say he was doing what? I'm kidding. How do I want to say? Is he good? I mean, I'm gonna say that he's good. I just think that he is too loose to be a clan leader and have multiple clan members be like, oh, fuck you, fuck off, you don't get to fuck in this project or anything like that. I think that's something that you shouldn't tolerate. But I don't know. I'm the clan leader of a dead clan, so I can't really speak on professional choices. Look at me go in my van, like vehicle. It's like it's not freaking aerodynamic at all. I guess you can just store things in it. Oh, well, I'm glad I leveled up to Hustler. Now I'm rank 12. If it's tomorrow, it will have to be in the afternoon because I'm going to see The Last Jedi in the morning. Because, like, see, that's what I mean. Like, me and Salty don't really have much going on. You gotta go to a movie. You're doing stuff at the, what's it called? With the Federation of the Blind, Girl Scouts, camp, and all that mess. Salty just doesn't. He just lies there and melts into his bed. But that's also life preference. Some people like doing lots of things / everything, and some people would rather just watch the world burn. Some people would rather just chill and wait until they're forced to get and pay, like, go to jobs. I hear that, actually, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and not spoil it for you, because I already watched one of the, like, movie reviews for it. I clicked off because I had no idea what the fuck they were saying, because without me, watching the movie, I just, like, they were naming locations that I just didn't know. So it was kind of difficult for me to even gauge what they were saying. That's how foreign this movie is. The fuck was that? But, I think it's a good thing. I know a lot of people were complaining that Episode 7 was, like, way too familiar to... Was it A New Hope or Episode 5? Or The Empire Strikes Back? I don't know. But they were saying that it was really similar in multiple terms to, like, the original trilogy. And whether that's true or not, mainly Girl Scouts. I only get service from the... Oh my god! And then, and I think if this movie is like really foreign to like Star Wars. I think that would be a great thing if it shows us new planets that we've never seen before or never got to see but were mentioned, or like shown before but very little. I think that would be cool. Or anything like that. I know in this movie that Princess Leia is going to die because her actor died, so they're going to have to kill her off. Like, no matter what, she is done this movie, even if they didn't intend to. She's done. I remember for a very short amount of time I was considering doing Star Wars as my YouTube channel. Nothing came of that idea. No. I don't know, but I had the biggest smile when Han died. Smile? Why? Didn't you really, like, I didn't like him. Oh. Yeah. But then, like, I remember every year around Christmas time, oh, the love and memories, me and my, well, now ex-wife would watch all the Star Wars movies back. So we watched, oh shit, all 6 of them. We didn't get to, like, we watched episode 7 once, and that was, like, the last year of the relationship, because episode 7 was so old by then, but, oh shit, did we watch episode 7? Can't remember. No? I don't think we did. I don't think we did episode 7. I think episode 7 wasn't out, or just came out when the relationship was, like, wrapping up. Yeah, but we just went back and watched all the 6 movies every year around Christmas time. And it was fun. Like, she was one of those people that never really, at all. She was just one of those people that, like, didn't really watch Star Wars, or plus I saw it come in. Yeah, that's true. She was just one of those people that didn't really, like, she knew that Star Wars was good. She didn't think that it was bad or anything. It's just that she never took the time to watch them. So I just showed it to her and shit, and she was like, oh, that's cool. But unfortunately, I remember the first time that we tried to do it, we saw the prequels, and she was like, okay, well, those were boring, and I didn't want to watch the next ones until I forced her to. Screw her, why did you marry her? Okay, I'm gonna answer that in a second. But then, what's it? Like what I was saying? And it was, of course, the prequels that she didn't like, so I was like, okay, next year we'll just skip over them entirely. So we just pretty much watched, like, well, I think we always did watch episode 3. Episode 3 we watched. Like, we just kept that one just because of, like, multiple scenes, like the Anakin to Darth Vader shit. And then, yeah, and then the original trilogy. But, I married her because of, we were introduced together by another friend on Xbox 360, and we, like, played until, well, shit, we didn't stop. We didn't stop until I had to go